are you today, Joanne?
Good. I'm Joanne from Magpies Cottage.
And I'm her friend, Amy.
And this is a knitting crafting podcast. How you doing today?
I am doing really, really good.
Good.
Finally, it's been an interesting week, but I'm just starting to perk up a little bit.
Good.
I got out, played a little golf on Wednesday. That was good. I had huge finishing this week, so lots of FOs.
Good.
I mean, I got seriously 3 shawls off the needles, a baby sweater, and blocked 2 of the shawls.
Oh, wow.
And one's going to get a blocking today.
All right. Lots of yardage dash.
Yeah. Kind of worked.
Yep.
Exactly the way I wanted to.
Yep.
So yeah, I haven't put, because Stash is recorded in meters, not yards. And so I've got all the yarn totals, on my page, but I haven't put in the metric equivalents yet. So, but I keep track of my Stash stuff in a notebook, and then I don't post it to the Stash site until I know what yardage category I'm in. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you can either choose your spot, or you can just wait. You don't have to declare, what distance you're going. So last year, I think I did 10K, which is 10,000 kilometers. And with these shawls and these big finishes that I saved for this week, I could go higher than that, but I don't know if I'll make 15K. And the thing is, lots of fiber projects count. Like if I could get into the Pigeon River Rec Center and get my weaving off the loom, then I'd be able to count all the yardage from my weaving as well. But because that's sitting on the loom and I can't get in there right now, I can't count the yardage. So we'll have to see, what happens with that. I don't know. So yeah, but yeah, so I got good finishes this week, and I'm gonna block Breathe and Hope this afternoon. Okay. So maybe even this morning, but give it more time to dry. No. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful sunny day today. So.
Yeah, and well, and the thing is, I can black out on my deck, and it dries like in a matter of hours.
Okay.
I'll just put my mats out on my dining table out on the deck, and it's like really quick. So I don't know. We'll see. Okay. But since it's a shawl, the other thing I do, and this is kind of one of my blocking tips, if you will. If I'm blocking a shawl, I soak it, about 20 minutes. But on a shawl, I run it through the spin cycle in my washing machine just to spin out a lot of the water rather than rolling in a towel and squishing. Because a shawl, especially a shawl that I'm going to block aggressively, I spin it out and get most of the water out. And then I stretch the snot out of it when I'm spinning or blocking anyways. So what the heck? Yeah. I won't do that with a sweater or something that I want to maintain the shape to, If you did that, you might end up with, sleeves that are twice as long as they're intended to be or something like that. But definitely doing it with a shawl, because you're going to, pull on that a lot. So we'll see.
I'm changing colors on my marled sweater. That's why I kind of was looking off to the side. I got it in there now. So I'm going to go to the next color.
Wow.
It's one of Blue Doxy color. I don't remember what it is. But it's the next one going in. I know it's Blue Doxy. So, okay, you want to start showing your apples?
Okay, well, this is, I might need to move back a bit. This is my walk in the woods.
Oh, those leaves showed up so quick.
And yeah, well, that's the wrong side. Here's the right side. But yeah, the leaves show up really nice. And it's softened dramatically.
Okay.
So I didn't have to block this aggressively. It's garter, so you don't really necessarily do that with garter. Otherwise, you lose all your squishiness of it. But the leaves came out really nice. I'm very happy with it. It's wonderfully soft. And this is just a merino nylon blend yarn too. So this was the first one, but getting that off the blocking mats was nice because then that cleared the way for this one. And this is called Bloomington Morning.
Oh, that's
or Bloomington Shawl, I think. Bloomington Shawl. And this was the test knit for Lisa Ross. And this thorn stitch is so cool. I love it.
Yeah.
It turned out so nice. So, and then this one I don't often use single plies, but for a shawl, a single ply is really nice. And it's got a nice halo to it. So I'm real happy with the way that turned out.
Good.
Lisa thought it was pretty cool too. Okay, so those are the two that are blocked. And then, okay, here's Breathe and Hope. So this one obviously has not been blocked yet.
Yeah.
But, and all the little bobble bind off is down here. And my bobbles turned out really cute.
Okay.
They're going to take some pinning and tugging when I block this, I think. Which is fine. I expected that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did put a Facebook video up on how to do that.
Good.
It's not the best camera quality, and I know that. It just is what it is. I got to figure out how to position my iPad, because that's what I recorded on, so that you can see me knitting it.
Okay.
Because I can't, I can't go like you do when you go over the, like looking down on your mats.
Yeah.
When you do it, and my tripod doesn't bend that way.
Okay.
So
And
I don't know how you get your tripod to behave that way.
I knit at a table when I'm doing that.
Well, I did too.
Oh, okay. Okay. Otherwise, I have one of these things you put around your neck, and it kind of like rests on your chest and looks down at your hands.
That's probably what I would need, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's all wire, so you can bend it any which way you want.
Well, that would, yeah. I'm thinking that probably would have been better. And then I'm giving you a really quick sneak peek of this, because this is a test knit and it's kind of secret.
Okay.
All right. But it's this adorable baby sweater. And I color blocked it using all leftovers. And so it doesn't look like much because all of this, the pickups are, they're like, they need to be blocked out.
Yeah.
But it's adorable. And can't show anymore.
Okay.
I shouldn't show it.
Okay. Well,
it's
we only saw the top half. We didn't...
Good. Sneak peek. Yeah. It's part of Stephanie's new book that's coming out in December. And this week I knit that sweater to test for her. And then I also knit a hat. And so the hat is done too. And the hat is fun and funky and double layered and nice and warm. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm having, what she's been doing since she's working on this book is she puts out a test call for all, like multiple tests in a day and you pick and choose, and your turnaround on them is like a week or less.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, well, the hat was a week. I take that back. The baby sweater, actually, it's not due till later next week. But I just thought, well, I'm going to get it done. But it was all scraps, and the scraps were from a gradient kit that I had. I knit my Joker and the Thief, which is a Melanie Berg shawl, out of a kind of like a dark aqua or a dark turquoise. And then I put this gradient kit of browns with it. And these were the leftovers from the gradient kit.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why the browns all go together. And I needed one more color, so then I threw in the variegated because it kind of blended with all of them. But yeah, and that's all fingering weight. So it's just a different way of using up some fingering weight scraps, which I thought was kind of cool. And this is I knit the largest size in the pattern, the 2 toddler. But for a baby small sweater like that, my gosh, you think about your sock leftovers. In the pattern and in the book, she's going to be she's got her sample of the sweater, has it done in a self-striping. But it's a self-striping all the way through with maybe just a contrast on the collar and the bottom band. But it's all, a nice self-striping. So I thought that could be kind of cool. And then I was thinking another way to knit this sweater is take like a solid, and then, how like a lot, or a variegated, it doesn't matter, one color. And then how you get the matching mini skein. You do contrast collar and cuffs or button band or whatever in the contrasting mini skein.
Oh yeah.
And so there's lots and lots of options with this. And so yeah, I had initially intended on using a self-striping when I was going to, and I didn't because my one self-striping option didn't have the yardage. This is a 1 skein baby sweater, because it's fingering weight, 400 yards for a 2 toddler, and all the other sizes are smaller. So since I had committed to the largest size, having a skein of self-striping that didn't hit the 400 mark for yardage was risky.
Yeah.
So I decided to, the one that was like kind of fun and that I wanted to use went to 385 yards. And I thought, I'm not going to gamble on it. And I'm glad I didn't. So I would definitely have run out of yarn on that. So then I found this option. And then my other one, I was going to use that Queensland, I think it's the Perth, that's the self-striping.
Yeah.
And that one did not have the kind of squishiness that I wanted in a sweater.
Yeah.
If you knit that Perth really nice and tight, like at a sock gauge, it's a lovely sock yarn. And I love the way the colors blend into each other. But it was too thin to be knit at a more of a sweater gauge, because I think this is like 24 stitches to the inch, something like that, on that pattern. And to knit that Perth at that gauge, I just was not happy with it. I started it and I had like one of the sections done. And yeah, I ripped it out. So I'll go back to my original plan with the Perth, because I wanted to knit a hitchhiker with it. So I think that's what I'll still go back to that plan. I don't know when I'll start it, but that's my plan at any rate.
Okay.
So those are my finished objects.
All right.
Yeah, busy week. What can I say?
I'll show mine. Well, mine was not knitting. I didn't have any knitting done. But I took your challenge and played around to make some bucket bags. And
Oh,
these are, I didn't make these to sell, but these are like my patterns, my test knits.
there you go.
They're, then you can flip it up.
I love it.
And this is vinyl.
Oh, cool.
So you can set it on the floor and be confident. It's a little floppy at this size, and I didn't have interfacing for the fabric. That's what I would have liked to have done, is put interfacing on the fabric. And if I sell these, that's probably what I'll do. But right now, with everybody making masks, I'm sold out of interfacing. So
I got some heavy duty interface, some, not like the heavyweight.
okay, I can use that. And then I made the littler size that would just hold like two balls, two cakes.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, so this turned out to be a nice size. And this one, the vinyl is stiff enough to hold it up this side just fine. Yeah, and then when you pull this up, it's a good size.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
The vinyl is a great idea.
Yep. So I have these here. I'll probably use these two myself. And I probably will make some more to sell, but put some interfacing in. So I did that this week.
That is awesome.
A couple more of these quilted bags. I already sold one of them. Oh, I have another one that's a unicorn in the back.
Oh, that's cute.
I have to look for the unicorn on the website. This one is, I quack myself up. And the other unicorn says, be yourself unless unicorn becomes an option. So,
I love the unicorn one too. Okay, these, I will tell you, okay, I need another project bag like I need a hole in the head, but I love project bags anyway, so whatever. But, every time how the way you're cutting off the different sections on this fabric, every time you get a new one, I like that saying much more than the last saying,
okay.
like the unicorn one, that is really cute.
Yeah.
So it's just like getting through this bolt. I don't know where your repeat is, but you haven't been repeating too many.
No, I haven't repeated any yet on there.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Yeah. There must be like 12, either 12 or 16 of them on that are different. So yeah, they're fun.
I think that would be really fun to make a quilt out of.
Yeah, but I don't know. When you have so many of them together, do you lose some of, the novelty of it? I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's a good thought. I guess I didn't think about that, but okay, I would be a rookie when it comes to quilting. So you might, that there's this thing about being able to visualize and having a good idea of what a project would look like when it's finished. I mean, I can do that obviously with knitting just fine.
Yeah.
And I just think that's a developed skill over time. And I think that like when you're quilting, knowing how something will look as a finished object, there's some learning involved, and there's a learning curve to that too.
Yeah.
So
visualizing for quilting, I was doing that yesterday. I was trying to make a woven quilt pattern. So I did that in Excel.
Wow.
And yeah. And then
Holy cow.
I was going to use this jelly roll. But this is one where it's a gradient, where it starts in the center light and it gets darker and darker as the strip goes out. And I'm not quite sure I can get that right in this pattern because you're cutting it up so much. So I think I might do this out of solid. Just do this out of solids.
Sure.
Use this.
The cone of solids would be perfect.
Yeah, and I'll use this jelly roll for something else. So I got something in mind. I'll see if it comes through or not.
Yeah, that's another issue.
Yeah. So
maybe I'll do a quilt next week.
Okay.
I don't have a lot on the calendar next week work-wise.
Uh-huh.
and no little kid, so I can get my cutting things out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't like, because I'll get my mat out and my rotary and all of that stuff out, and I don't like to leave that lay out
Mm-hmm.
as I'm finishing, because that cutting takes freaking forever.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if you use pre-cuts like these strips, then it goes really fast. And that's
yeah,
the
okay.
good part, actually, though. I love to cut because that's what I'm playing with my colors too, and putting it all together and making sure I like it.
Oh, I don't mind the cutting. I
Mm-hmm.
like it. And yeah, I get the playing with the color part.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it's like, it's not something that you can do quick
No.
and pick up and, put away. You need to be able to leave it out, go back to it, look at it, play with it, go back, cut a little more, It's not like one and done, boom. It's like, if you're cutting out, let's say, a pattern to sew an outfit, a dress, I don't know, something. And that cutting, you pin it, you lay it out, you pin it, you cut it, and you put it away.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas quilting cutting is different.
Yeah.
You got to play. And I at least learned that part already.
When I quilt, I usually only cut enough for the first block and then make the first block. And then I have a sample. And then I cut out the whole rest of the quilt after I have the first block made, completely made. So
That's
with
an
this one,
interesting thought.
yeah, that's how I do it. And I've heard other people do that too.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah. So
What kind of batting, if you were making like a wall hanging little quilt, how thick of the batting would you put in there?
I'd put a thin batting, but something that's stiff. So like 100% cotton would be good, or a cotton 80-20 cotton blend.
Okay.
And the low, the kind of smooth one. You don't want it thick and puffy. You want it flat.
Okay. So the thinner, the better. Well, the flatter, the better.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. I don't know if I have any of that in the house. I doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
But I could do a top and work on a top next week.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could warp up the loom. That's my other thought.
Yeah.
I could warp up the loom.
Well, the loom will count for stash bags.
This is true. Yeah. I need to, maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I want a project for next week. I don't want to do housework. I'll do some, but I want a project for next week. And I can't just knit. I need something a little bit more active.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll knit in the evening anyway, so I'll get my knitting time in. But yeah. Yeah, so I don't have a whole lot of school next week. Only a little bit.
Oh, so what are you working on? What's your whip?
Oh, well, my skew sock.
Okay, that looks like it's going the other way. So is this the second one?
No.
Oh, okay. You're just holding it
there. No, this is still the first one. But this one, it has on the pattern, it's an inner ankle. So where your ankle bone is on the inside of your foot, there's like increases for that. Didn't know that. So that's what I'm working on right here. That's why I got markers on. And then it also has a mini gusset that you put in before you do the heel.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at.
Okay.
And then it's just a matter of turning the heel and going up the leg. So I'll have to see. I mean, I'm enjoying knitting it. It's not real hard, but the pattern is written for a lifted increase. And, left lifted and right lifted. And I got this lame brain idea that I don't like doing lifted increases.
Oh, okay.
I don't like doing them. I don't know. I'm just, so I decided to make one right and make one left. So the part of it is tricky because to get the diagonal, you're decreasing on this side and always increasing on this side. So there's always a decrease and always an increase paired in every row to get your diagonal. So in doing that, there's a lot of lifted increases. So that's why I went with the M1. But then you also have to revise the pattern constantly in your head. And I'm not taking any notes on it, which is probably stupid on my part, because when I get to the second sock, I won't know what the hell I did. But yeah, so I'm going to try to get this sock done. And well, probably get this one done and start the second one this weekend. And then my other one is from our list of UFOs. We're nearing the end of May, and because I was trying to get those shawls off the needles, I didn't work on my UFO of the month. And this is my UFO of the month. It's that hat, meshed, I think it was called.
Oh, yeah.
That's double. And I pulled it out because this is my number one and I have to finish this. So I think there's this part of me that says, you know what, put my needle tips back on this, finish this silly hat because it won't take more than a couple hours. I've got one repeat done and I'm halfway through the second repeat. And so then I got to finish the second repeat of the cabling part.
Yeah.
And then do 8 rows of the cable repeat pattern. And then I do the crown decreases. So it's like, I could finish this in like 2 hours probably.
Yeah, and you have to finish it by tomorrow.
I know. So I'm thinking I might just put because I took my tips off because I wanted them for something else. Oh. So I have to go get my tips. But that's okay. So this is my UFO from my list that I got to finish for this month. So I better get going on it.
Well, that's okay. My UFO is not done either. It's sitting on the back table. I took it down off the wall and I went and I picked backing fabric for it because it's quilting a quilt is what mine is. I picked the backing fabric for it and I have it ready there. So today I have to pin it and start quilting it, and tomorrow I'll have to finish quilting it.
Yeah. Well, the funny part about this thing is that I got lucky that the month of May UFO project was short and I can finish it. Now remember, I mean, our agreement was not to actually finish it,
right?
But you have to give it some love,
right?
So I will finish this. I mean, because it's just a hat. And I thought I would, I think in my pom-pom stash, my fur ones, I think I got a silver one. But then there's this part of me that says maybe a deep purple would be good on here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but it's getting a furry pom-pom. Yeah. So and all these like projects like this baby sweater, the other hat I tested, this one, all of these little quick projects are all going in my giveaway box. And my gosh, I'm getting a lot of crap in that box. And like, I think when my family comes at Christmas time, I'm going to just put the box out there and say, have at it, folks.
Yeah, you'll like having it at Christmas time.
Yeah. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I got to figure out where I am. I think I did that this morning. And then I thought, I was trying to figure out what my next row is. And it dawned on me, why don't I just read what I knit on the last row, read my knitting, and match that to the pattern instead of go from the pattern to figure out what comes next.
Right.
I mean, I haven't touched this thing for over a year. I don't remember. I worked on this the last time I taught the class.
Okay.
Which was quite a while ago.
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, I should read my knitting.
Yeah.
And I'll know for sure what row I'm on. But the good news is because this is cables, it's easy to figure out, because of the consistent repeat.
Yep.
So yeah, okay. So what are you working on?
Well, I have gone back to my blue sweater because now it's getting there. I'll be done quickly. This
Oh
one,
my word.
I haven't shown this yet. Now this you'll see the top there. It's almost like the Yume. I took the pattern from the Yume, and I'm using worsted weight yarn. So I went up 4 sizes on a needle and down 4 sizes on the pattern.
Okay.
And
But that's Hume, right?
it's Yume. And
It's
except for
the
I
stitch pattern.
did the chart a little because I didn't want the holes being down to the middle of my boobs because it's bigger yarn.
Yeah.
So, but this yarn is so yummy. It's 70 cotton and 30 merino. And it's like the little tube of cotton and they blow in the merino.
Wow.
And you have it done to the bottom.
Wow.
And I got one sleeve done. And now I got to do the other sleeve.
Are you doing, how long is that sleeve?
It's right below my elbow.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Well, that'll be done this week.
Yeah. It'll be done this week for sure. Yep. So that's what I've been knitting on, and my pillow that I'm not showing until it's done, and my marled sweater, and my other sweater. But those, it doesn't pay to show. They only get, this much, and then it's the next week. So we'll show them when there's significant progress like this one has. Yeah. So yeah.
I've got the itch to cast on a sweater too. That's why I brought those yarns home. But I don't know which one I'm going to cast on yet.
Well,
if I'm going to do the Kobasi one or if I'm going to do the other one.
There is a knit along coming up, and I saw the pattern on Ravelry and I rather liked it. It's Marie Green, where she does the sweater in 4 days every June.
I love doing those.
Yeah. Well, I've never done one before, but this is a pullover and I really like it. And it's out of DK weight. And I think I'm going to do it this year. I don't know what day it starts. Do you know what day it starts?
July 4th. Or it's she always does it around the 4th of July. Let me rephrase that. So the pattern, okay, pattern hints. This will be the third one I've done.
Okay, I thought they were at ZK time.
No, the reason you think that is because the first one that I did was Stillwater, but I did it during ZK because I didn't do it during her 4-day thing. I did it later. Okay, so it's always the first week of July that the knit along part starts. And so here's the deal. Depending upon, it says her 4-day knit along. The idea is to knit a sweater in 4 days, but that's a small one. Okay. And people think that's, oh, I got to knit a sweater in 4 days. I have never knit the small one. Okay. And I have never knitted in 4 days. So there's usually like a chart that she publishes that talks about the 4 days of, for the small, but then if you're reading the minimum, it's 5 days. If you're doing the large, it's 6 days. She gives you a chart and that's your knitting goal. With this year's though, she extended the time because of the color work in the yoke. Now, what I like about this year's is the circular yoke treatment. That's what I love about it. So I don't know what I'm going to use, but I am thinking it's going to be a stash yarn.
Okay. Can you let me share my screen? Can you enable that? And I'll flip the pattern up here real quick. Probably is under participants, enable share screening or.
Nope, it's not showing up there.
It says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Oh, I know what nope, not there.
Oh.
Not there. No, not there. Live, no. Breakout rooms, no. Reactions, no. Record, no. Share screen.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
Okay, so let me try it now.
All participants. Now I did it.
Okay. Share my screen. And then I'll show you Ravelry. Okay, so there is the sweater we're talking about. It's called Soundtrack by Marie Green. Thank you for letting me share. So now they know what we're talking about. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Here, I'll show the different views. Yeah, I like that one. It is DK weight. Okay, I'll stop now. Okay.
So, yeah, I think I got plenty of DK and stash that I can use to knit this. So yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. I haven't decided what yarn I'll use yet. I'll probably, change my mind till the time comes. I have a lot of options. I have a whole store to look through.
Oh my gosh, you are so bad. But that's good though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you have some like a Plymouth Select that was a DK?
Yeah, there's yeah, but I don't know. I'm a very large size, so I think those were only 50-gram hanks. And the fancy stuff I just got, the Davila, that's only 50-gram hanks. So I don't think there's enough for my size. Because like it said the biggest size was like 2,000 yards.
Okay.
And the smallest is only 1,000. So that's a pretty wide range.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I'll look around for something that's in the 100-gram hank. And then I would need, 7 of them or something.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to find something. So, I thought I can think of a few options that I have in stash that will work. But I don't know that I have the right contrast. So I'll be working on that.
Okay. Yeah. I like the black contrast. I probably will go with black unless I pick a dark color. And then, we'll have to just see.
Yeah. But at any rate, I will be posting my progress on Facebook, to the Magpie group.
Okay.
And I don't know. Well, this one she extended the time, which is unusual, but that's okay because I don't really know if I'll keep up with it or not. It's hard to do, but you know what? A round yoke. Once you get to that sea of stockinette, then it's just mindless knitting after that point with a round yoke.
Right.
And all the action and the color work is at the top.
Yep.
So, oddly enough, the Foxtrot, which was last year's, is actually on my list of UFOs. Because I'm midway through the body on the repeats. So maybe what I should do in the month of June is finish last year's sweater before I start this year's sweater.
Yeah, and if, there's not going to probably be any 4th of July celebrations around yet. So if it is that weekend, that's a good time to just have a couple of days of solid knitting and maybe I'll just get it done in that week. I'll give it a try. You know what would be cool? I'm thinking about this in my head. Also, you know how they have that color work? What if we just did the bind off in black on the sleeves and the bottom? That would probably be cool. Just that little tiny bit.
Just like an edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
That
even the
could be
whole
cool.
cup, just the bind off. So yeah, if I do a solid and a solid, that's probably what I'll do.
Okay.
But who knows if I'll do a solid? We don't know that yet.
And the color I'm thinking of is solid. I just have to figure out what I'm going to do for the contrast.
Uh-huh.
And I could do that in a variegated because I have enough.
What did you do in the rustic merino sport yarn? The Queensland. I know you just used it, like the purple.
That was the purple in the hat that I didn't show you.
Oh, okay.
Because it was that test.
Do you have a little ball of that left that I could make a swatch?
Yeah.
I want to see if that hits the gauge, even though it's only a sport instead of DK. If it hits the gauge,
Oh,
I might go with that one.
that's a nice yarn.
Yeah.
I really like the way it knit up. Yeah, I'll bring it out when I come out. I'll bring it out.
Okay.
I don't know when I'm coming out, but yeah, I got a ball left.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. That's a good idea, though. I mean, it's, some of your beefier sport weights might be able to be knit at a DK gauge. And oh, you know what? You've got that beautiful purple and green. It was Plymouth something or other. Oddly enough, I'm weaving it. It was a wool silk blend, but it was a sport weight. But I'm thinking it's a beefier sport weight, and that might be able to be knit at a DK gauge.
Okay.
And there, I mean, I don't think you have enough in quantity for your size, but certainly a medium size would be. I mean, I got to knit a large or an extra large on it too. And so I don't know if there's enough for me, but it's certainly something to think about.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I want to do. I'd like to swatch that rustic merino sport.
Yeah, sure. I'll bring it out. Huh. Yeah, I got to think about, I'm trying to, in my mind now, I'm planning my knitting.
Uh-huh.
And I got to figure out what I can get done next. So I guess I'm going to get this sock and this hat off the needles. And then once those two are off the needles, I get a new cast on, and I don't know what it's going to be. Well, it could be the next cast of Pinka knit along.
That's what I was just going to say. I have some kits made up for that.
Yeah, because, I was looking at those options that when you posted them, and I just, there's some really neat things in there. But
there's one.
Yeah, I love that.
With the purple. These are all done with Blue Doxy Dye Works. Give our local dyer some support during this. I love this gray from West Yorkshire Spinners. But this is the Magpie Magic colorway.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm going to do mine out of.
So, yep, that's that one. And lastly, this one, the green. This is Blue Doxy.
I love that green.
Yep.
And I love that color, the Blue Doxy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I
got it. Looking more yellow on the screen. The green's not showing up real well in the Blue Doxy, but it is green.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I have those 3 kits out on the website for the Cast of Pink off. I have the codes already, so the codes are in the bag, but they're not good until June 5th, 6th, and 7th, and only those 3 days. So if you buy the kit, you have to download it in those 3 days.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have your own printer or Ravelry account, you want me to print it for you, you have to buy it those 2 days.
Okay. Well, you know, it's interesting because I looked at putting the West Yorkshire spinners with that. That was a really good match of weight of yarn and twist, because you don't often think about the West Yorkshire spinners as a shawl yarn. Because it's such a good sturdy yarn for socks, you think of that's what you always use it for. But it's the perfect weight and twist match for the Blue Doxy base.
Right.
And I'm one of these anal people about matching my bases, and my bases, I mean, if I'm using 2 colors of yarn, I don't necessarily have to match the same yarn. Like I don't have to go Heritage with Heritage or Malabrigo with Malabrigo. What I have to do is match the twist and the beefiness of the yarn.
Yeah.
In my 2 colors. That in my mind absolutely must match. And so putting the West Yorkshire spinners with the Blue Doxy was genius, because those 2 really do match well. I mean, and the thing is, I don't like the Cascade with the Blue Doxy as much as I would like the West Yorkshire spinners.
Okay.
So I oddly enough, I think I got a skein of that gray in my stash right now. I think I bought it weeks ago for something else. Heaven only knows what the hell I bought it for. And I know that I got a skein of the Magpie Magic. I know I do, because I was going to do a sweater out of them, like a summer tee kind of thing. And then I used it for something else. So now I no longer have the sweater quantity, but my 3 skeins all kind of were the same dye lot, even though there's no dye lot being an indie dye. They were all dyed at the same time. So they had a pretty good color match.
Yeah.
So I got to use up that Magpie Magic anyway. So that's what I think I'm going to do.
Okay. Yep.
So, and if not, then I'm going to stash dye for something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then but because I'm going to stash dive, I got to buy the pattern later. It's okay. I'll get over it.
Okay.
Because I just, if I'm going to use the Magpie Magic, I'm going to use my stash.
Uh-huh.
You know, seeing as though I got it.
Right. So, well, you know what? We've been talking like for nearly an hour.
And Are you kidding me?
And we were going to keep these short, our Friday Zoom meetings.
Nearly an hour. Sure enough, it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I'll open the store now.
Oh, well, then I guess you got to go open the store.
I'm sick, bye. Okay.
Oh, man.
Well,
I think you know why we talk? Because we miss each other.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
So,
yeah.
All right. Well, you go open the store. Have a good day.
Thank you. Don't shut it off yet, though.
I won't. I'll wait.